This video I'm going to be comparing the two Little Princess movies, which are based on a book, to the two Color Purple movies. The first Color Purple movie came out back in 1985, then a new version came out last year. With Little Princess, you have a version from 1939 and then a version from 1995. And actually, all four of these movies have good scores on Rotten Tomatoes. So when you look at highest score for each franchise, with Little Princess, the 1995 movie, has a 97%. The 2023 version of Color Purple has an 81%. Then we look at lowest score, the 1985 Color Purple movie has a 73%. The 1939 version of Little Princess only has an 88%, which is still a great score. Then we look at average. Little Princess is an average of 92. Color Purple has an average of 77. Then we look at gap between lowest and highest score. Wow, is this one ever close? Because of Color Purple, the gap's only 8%. With Little Princess, the gap's only 9%. So by literally only 1%, Color Purple wins this round, but Little Princess already won 3 rounds, so it's gonna win. Now, I definitely know Alfonso Cuarón, the director of 1995 Little Princess. He's the same guy who did Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Out of the 8 Harry Potter movies, I think that's one of the strongest. And he also did the movie Children of Men, which I think is a really interesting movie that does something I've never really seen before. Honestly, it explores this idea of what would happen to the world if there was mass infertility for a long time. What if there were no children in the world, no kids? How would that cause things to get worse? You have a main character that starts off pretty cynical and jaded because of how bad things have gotten, but then he learns that, oh, this lady is actually pregnant. In this world, with the way things are, that means so much, and thus he actually, unlike before, has hope, and that's what this lady really represents. And then you get to the end of the movie, and this lady actually survives. She actually gets someplace where it seems like she'll be safe, and thus, as dark as this movie can get, it ends in a way that's hopeful, that indicates things might actually get better. There's this moment that's super powerful where this lady has a baby that means so much with how dark things have gotten. You have this beacon of light basically shining in this dark world. And then there's this moment of really reverence as all these people are just amazed to actually hear the cries of a baby. It hits really hard. I definitely like Alfonso Cuarón as a director. Now, admittedly, the original version of Color Purple is from Steven Spielberg. I definitely think that Steven Spielberg is a better director than Alfonso Cuarón. I think Steven Spielberg, one of the best directors of all time. He's done so many classic movies. It's crazy to think how many he's done. Sure, when you look at average score for directors' projects, Christopher Nolan probably has a better average than Spielberg's. I'm pretty sure every single one of Christopher Nolan's movies is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, whereas I don't know if that's the case for Spielberg, but even if that isn't the case, doesn't change the fact that Spielberg has done so many classics in multiple different genres. So that'll wrap things up for this video, and definitely choosing Little Print. Well, I would actually personally choose Color Purple in this case, just because I like Steven Spielberg a bit more.